Hey guys, my name's Ben Howard. Today we're out here at Tyger River to get a practice round in for the Tyger Tussle 5 that's coming up this weekend. This one's just going to kind of be more of a casual video. I'm still going to keep score with just from each one of my first throws, but I'm probably going to throw multiple shots off the tee on some holes. It's going to be pretty interesting because we're supposed to be playing from a mix of the short and long tee pads and pin placements. So should be a lot of fun. So let's go and get into it. So for hole 1, this is a par 3, about 270 feet. You can kind of see it just on the other side of this branch, but really this is the main gap right here where you really want to throw either like a mid-range turnover shot or some kind of forehand driver. So I'm just going to throw one forehand, one backhand just to kind of get warmed up and just to see which one feels better for the tournament. I'm going to go with the forehand as my main shot just because I like being able to throw this low and just counting on getting a skip. If I throw the backhand, I have to throw it a little bit higher, which brings the ceiling into play, and it just makes the shot a little bit more technical than it needs to be. Yeah, big skip for me. Yeah, that'll be fine. Nope, came out early. Drop. Yes. This is always a good birdie to get. Yeah, so I like the mid-range play a lot because it's easier to get the distance you need out of the shot, but with the forehand, it guarantees the left to right movement. So definitely going to be going with the forehand on this hole. All right, guys, we're on hole 2. This is a par 3, 220 feet. Basket's through this gap, tucked way off to the left. Best play I really found is just throw something really overstable on a backhand, just trying to get it barely squeezed through that gap and then just move directly left and see if you can get a nice skip to the basket. I'm just going to just throw one really on this hole because I really only have one disc I want to throw on this. But let's go ahead and get it. I always pull it on this hole. I don't know why. Golly, I got so lucky with that. There we go. All right, so for hole 3, we've got a par 3, 260 feet, just dead straight ahead through this gap. Nothing really too crazy on this hole. There is an OB road off to the left, but you'd have to throw like a driver to get to the road. So I'm just going to try and take a mid-range and just push it up the middle and see how close I can get. Flip. Dang. A little bit too much hyzer, but it looks like I got past the woods on the left. So I should be up there with like a 40-foot putt at it. Okay, so not exactly 40 feet, but still a longer putt. From here you can see the road I'm talking about. It doesn't really come into play unless you really throw a driver or something that'll skip over there for you, but even then, you're still inside of like 45 feet to the basket, so nothing crazy, but let's go ahead and make the putt. Yes. Oh yeah, guys, so one thing I forgot to mention on the last hole is we're playing the short tee pad on that hole, and for hole 4, we're playing the long tee pad, which is a par 3, 370 feet down this tunnel. It's a little downhill, but you've also got a low ceiling, so you really just got to hit some kind of fairway driver or distance driver hard, but just really want this to go as straight as possible. If you want to miss to either side of the fairway, you'd much rather miss off to the left most of the time. You can kind of get lucky in the right, but much rather be off to the left most of the time. But just going to try and get a fairway driver down there, see what we got. I got 2 discs I want to try on this one. I'm going to go with the Royal Rage 2 first because it's a little bit more stable. I feel like I can just hit this flat and just have it push straight the whole way down. Early. Dang, That sucks. Okay, this one I'm gonna go with the Jade. Try and hyzer flip it. See what angle I need to put it on to get it to flip all the way up to flat. It should hold straight better at least. There it is. Wait a little bit for me. Oh yeah. Okay, that's parked. That's gonna be a little bit tougher of a shot to pull, but that angle I hit it on is pretty much like a stock shot for me. So should be something I can do at least somewhat consistently. But like I said, I'm playing the first shot on every hole, so still got to play this one. Let's see. Just gonna try and flex this one. A little bit of anhyzer, let it flatten out and push straight to the basket. Pulled it just a little bit, but that's a little short too, so I'll probably just have to do a little jump putt up for a bogey. That's fine. Not high enough, but that's fine. This is honestly one of the hardest holes in the course, as you can probably guess, but to get out of here with the par feels like a birdie, and to get a bogey out here kind of feels like a par, so not mad with that, but much rather get a par on this hole during the tournament. All right, guys, so we're on hole 5. This is a par 3, 200 feet on the dot. Basket's just straight ahead. Biggest thing is if you got to get through this gap. If you hit one of these first trees, bogey comes into play very, very fast. But all you got to do is just pick out a distance you know you can hit this gap with and just have it push dead straight for 200 feet. Let's go ahead and do that. Ah, dang it. Sit. Might have something from over there. We'll have to see. Okay, so luckily I got a nice forward kick instead of a just directly sideways kick. So I've actually got probably less than 100 feet to the basket, but I've got to pick a gap and hit it. So let's see what I can do. Let's see. Dadgummit, pulled it. Yeah, you can see what I'm talking about. Getting off the fairway on this hole brings a lot of trouble into play. This course is very beat in, but even then there's a lot of trees over here, so just got to focus in on that tee shot so that way I don't have to end up over here next time. That's fine, that's a putt. Go. All right, guys, so we're on hole 6. This is a par 4, 350 feet. The basket pretty much just straight ahead, but you've got to go through this gap and have a disc that'll bend to the right, push back out straight. If you want to go for the eagle, if you want to play for the birdie, a forehand is very nice for this gap, but I feel a lot more confident hitting this gap on the backhand, so I'm just going to try and go for the eagle on this. So close. All right, guys, so we're on hole 7. This is a par 3, 216 feet, just straight ahead on top of these rocks. Biggest thing you got to pay attention to is this tree off to the right. Makes it to where you have a low ceiling, and obviously with it being on top of the rocks, it's an elevated basket. So really just want to try and throw something low and driven and spike it right in the side of that mound. a little too low. Go. Yeah. That'll, that might be edge of circle too. We'll see. Normally I don't mind running the putt on this basket because I have fairly good speed control, so I can kind of just let it float next to the basket and drop behind it. But this is too far for me to do that consistently, so I'm just going to lay this up under the, or right next to the pile. That's perfect. Go. Yeah, this is one hole I'd like to get the birdie on, but just get out here at the par is completely fine. All right, so for hole 8, we're playing from the short tee pad, which is a par 3 at right under 300 feet. Basket's just straight ahead, as you can see. Really just got to decide whether you want to go left or right side of this group of trees in the middle of the fairway. And you also have to be really careful because the basket's right on the edge of a hill, which is probably a good 10-foot elevation drop. And then there's an OB road just past that. So really just want to make this land short. Like probably about throw something you could throw. Like this one probably plays close to 320 to 330. So I'm just going to try and throw something I know I can throw at 300 feet and just make sure that I don't go long on this hole at all. Early. Sit. Okay. That won't be too bad. I'll probably be like 40 feet left and like a little short, but I should be able to get up enough from a par from there. I got to be careful on this hole though, because with me being on MA2, this might be the hole I finish on. So I got to practice this putt just in case I actually do get here and this putt actually matters. So let's go ahead and give it a run. Ooh, let's go. Woo. All right, guys, so we're on hole 9. It's the final hole of the video. It's a par 3, 230 feet. Basket's up here, slightly tucked off to the left. Biggest thing you got to pay attention to is the hill slopes away behind the basket, so it's very easy to go long if you're not careful about it. And there's a big tree off to the left. I think it's one of these trees. I'm not too sure what kind of tree it is, but if I get behind it, as you can see, they're very wide, so I can be like 20 feet from the basket and have absolutely no putt. So really just want to throw something at this tree that's slightly overstable and just let it kind of fall off to the basket. That looks good. Keep fading. Oh, okay. I got a weird skip, so I think I got the right distance on that, but we'll have to see. Hopefully that didn't roll down the hill or something. Okay, so I got a weird roll, and like I guess it rolled down here to about 30 feet, so not a crazy putt, just a little uphill. I got a low ceiling, so just gonna have to drive this putt a little bit more than I normally would. Let's go ahead and make it. Or just throw it high anyway. There we go. All right, guys, that finished at the front 9 out here. Sorry about the mic going out on hole 6. Hopefully you can still understand what I was talking about, but definitely not mad at how I played today. Definitely just feel like I could have played a lot better, especially getting the first 3 holes, but just need to work on focusing on the tee shots because taking some of these holes for granted and not focusing completely on them, and I'm ending up missing some of the easier holes while getting some of the harder holes. So just something I'm gonna have to work on before we come back out here for the back 9 tomorrow. But stay tuned for that, and thank y'all so much for watching. Have a good one. Bye.